Come here. There. That. That's better. All right. So it says we need to go back to active investigations through the AWE transit bay. I'll have to check that out later, Trika.
Can you go where the key disappeared to?
Hey, Mom. Spider time. Oh, there's nothing in here. Well, that's a disappointment.
Well, there was a mod.
Oh, well, okay, that's fair. Is that the way I'm going? That is the way I'm going. That's right, I opened this up and got this train. Hey, John. Yeah, man, Control's real fun. Wait a second.
Oh. I saw it.
I'm curious, does it have an opening on this side when I'm going down? Like, can I fly over the gate?
Could you start it and zip out?
That's what I was thinking too. Looks like that's what we'll have to do. Okay.
Not immediately.
Well, I'm at the bottom. I need to go to the top. Because I'm going to need to fall into that area.
We're doing today. This is the elevator sim.
Yeah. Elevator Simulator 2021. Is there a button on the outside? No. No, I can't zip out.
Okay, well,
It actively prevented me from doing that.
maybe there's another way to get to it.
Yeah, maybe there's a different floor I come across or something.
These sides are open. But I don't know if you can...
Alright. Oh, we'll worry about that later. We know we're gonna...
It's just a mod.
We know we're gonna have to cut... Yeah, we know we're gonna have to come back here later for,
Kitty the Mole.
yeah, that... Lots of stuff.
Director, ma'am, great timing. Hartman just came through here. God, he was hideous. He tore the security door into the Bray Falls AWE site wide open. He was so ugly, like, wow. I got a good look at him, and Christ, he does not look like he used to. The hiss must have messed him up or something. He looks like a bar rag that's been twisted by the world's strongest man. Or a monster from some 80s horror movie. You know, back when it was all practical effects? Ugh, nasty.
Real
Did you say
professional,
something?
Winston.
Remember, I can't hear you. Never mind, just go after Hartman. Oh, so disgusting.
I've written, rewritten.
Oh, that scared me.
The darkness wants to hide the past and make me lose my way. I trust what I read on these pages. I wrote them for a reason. Cut through the reality, tear it apart, and rewrite it. They are drawn to the mystery.
Understood. I'm lying.
Take that, Amazon.
Take that, Amazon.
Stuck. Let's go take care of it.
With my superpowers, do I need a gun? Not really, but my gun is also a superpower. Because it can change. See, now it's a shotgun. Now it's a pistol.
Unlimited ammo.
Unlimited ammo. It gave me the ability to control everything in this facility.
Plus more forms, you just don't use that.
Yeah. Like, for example, I can tell the gun to be like a grenade launcher, a revolver, a sniper rifle, and a sticky bomb launcher. Still need one astral blip for the shatter upgrade, but I think the astral blips are lower level areas.
Yeah.
I'm getting higher level drops and not astral blips. That still needs 4. Okay. Heavy dudes. I could get heavy dude. Let's get heavy dude. I get the feeling I'll run into heavy dudes in here faster than I'll need more energy quite yet. This is empty. Okay.
Thank you for meeting with us again, Dr. Hartman.
It's my pleasure, gentlemen. I hope the information I provided thus far has been of some small use.
It's been invaluable, Doctor. Really, we have a much clearer picture of this event, thanks to your accounts.
Well, I do consider myself a keen observer of...
We did have one question, though. You mentioned in an earlier conversation that your patients displayed, and I'm paraphrasing here, unnatural abilities that you in fact encouraged during their time in your lodge. It'd be very helpful if you could fill us in on the details there.
Of course. Like yourselves, I work to understand and even bend the rules of our earthly paradigm. My patient's well-being was paramount, of course, but I would hardly be a man of science if I did not reach out at the underlying truth. As I stated in my written proposal, I believe working alongside your organization could be greatly beneficial to both parties. Sharing notes, as they say.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all we need to hear. Remy?
Dr. Emil Hartman, you have been found in breach of codes 4, 8, and 74 of the Federal Bureau of Control Criminal Offense System.
What? You can't do this. I am a well-connected man. You're making a dire mistake, my friend.
You will be detained until further notice, and all personal property will be confiscated, including the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
That's preposterous. You can't just seize my property. I'm a United States citizen. I have rights. That lodge is my life's work. I'm offering you years of research.
Get him out of here.
You're making a mistake. You have to listen to me. You have to listen.
My guess is that they didn't listen. Well, that's blood. Oh.
I've forgotten again. I had a plan. I know it. I've forgotten. He's coming. I've got to get out of here. Dive deep.
Whatever is going on with Wake, he clearly needs some help.
Here's my key.
Going mad. Wake had to escape, right? His escape. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special. Something to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence.
Spider time.
Another replica. Like the one they made for Ordinary. I wonder what happened here.
Director Faden here. Send backup to my location.
The Hiss are in for it now!
Get in the elevator. Or don't, whatevs. Down, please. Down.
These are the notes of Dr. Emil Hartman. I am continuing my work alone again since certain parties were too blind to recognize a golden opportunity. Despite my generous offers, the conversations came to naught. Some people simply do not value collaboration as I do. So I believe now that it was for the best. The sort of bold pioneering work that I am undertaking cannot thrive under the shackles of bureaucracy and regulation. I have a history of such partnerships. There was a time when I hoped Alan Wake and I could collaborate. Together we could have produced art such that the world has never seen. It was still artistic. Writers usually are. Disappointing nonetheless. But now, like Tom before him, Wake has disappeared into Baldwin Lake. And this is where my work turns. Hypothetical.
Dr. Emil Hartman
He was lost.
Desperate.
Thomas Zane has been observed by various townspeople. This indicates to me that the individuals within the lake are not entirely gone. I anticipate Wake will similarly return one day. I may harbor some resentment. His raw talent and determination are undeniable. From this, I have concluded that the lake and the dark place within it are not as removed from this world as I previously thought. Given my acute awareness of what awaits within, my meticulous preparations, and my considerable education, I believe myself much more prepared than either Tom or Wake. I should be able to cross into that dark realm with the chance to return as they have. All that remains is the dive itself. It frightens me, I admit, but such is the burden of the truth seeker. I will take my plunge into the dark tomorrow, with only the light of knowledge to guide me. It is time for a breakthrough, until I return.
So I didn't listen to the first part of that because I was too worried about everything going on.
Bro, that's a bad idea.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just... Oh, no, I didn't. Thank you.
You are pretty rough on the eyes, don't
Wow. I was not prepared for that attack. So he has a spooge attack. Okay. He has the get close and stab, he has the shoot a projectile, and then he has the spooge. Oh, how? That's bullshit.
You did really good. Now you're more prepared for phases and things.
No.
Okay, well then, fine.
That one fell out. Okay. Oh, there's two. How did I miss that?
Hartman won't be a problem anymore, Langston. But investigations need someone to run it. Interested?
I've seen what happens to sector heads, ma'am. No, thank you. Ma'am, I'm getting something on my terminal here, an AWE alert from Bright Falls, Washington. But it might be a glitch. The date's all wrong, a couple of years in the future. And we're in lockdown, there shouldn't be any incoming signals.
Maybe it was active before we went into lockdown? Are there agents on site?
Let me check. Agent Estevez is the field agent in charge of monitoring the site, so she should be there to let us know if the situation has been through any major changes recently.
Things set in motion. If the alarm's true, then so is the reason for the alarm. The effect must follow the cause. It's happening again. A return. You have been warned.
I'm guessing that's a hint that there's a new Alan Wake game in the development. Awesome.
That was intense. Good job.
That was a pretty good boss fight, man. I liked it. Alright, let's do some walking around just to make sure I didn't miss anything like this.
This must be where they studied Hartman. Kinda looks like Dylan's cell. I wonder if they treated him as badly.
God.
Just like to go back to the main game now.
Me too. I would like to be done. I just finished a boss fight. What is this extra boss fight? Go away.
Oh, well, we have to go back in.
large objects. Now we need 4 and 2, so 6 total. Oh, jeebus. So yeah, that's this whole area right now. All right. Ouch. I want to go this way and a little to my right.
Hey, you know, at least enemies in this area are going to seem real weak comparatively.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get some special clips.
Forgot about this area. All right. Rip!
Just slowly floating.
Can't go back up once I've started. Gotta go back up to the top. Come with me! Be a chonker. Whoa!
Hey, an astral blip.
What is that? Projectile speed. Spread. Oh, I am a derp? Okay. All level 3 stuff is getting trashed. I don't even care what it says. Projectile spread minus 20% or minus 100 something. Not percent. But it has like a gold tint to it. I don't know what that means. Anyway. Reload speed. That's just straight up damage plus 43. I'm gonna keep that. What is this? Evade cost element pickup. No, I don't care about that.
The ones with the plus sign.
Weapon reload on shield kill. Some of these get like really niche. Increased damage after seizing an enemy.
At the very bottom, just for my own information, back in that corner.
Back here?
No, I don't know where I saw or what I saw. It would be more to your right. Oh yeah, down there.
Down here?
Yeah.
I have to wait for her to go down. I can't just tell her to go down. Just FYI.
Oh, this is probably. Oh, there's a thing up there. I'm guessing this is just old stuff. I wasn't sure what it was.
It's not mold I can kill, but it is moldish.
Okay.
The pit. Oh.
Like a bonus area?
I don't know. You guys bad guys?
Careful in there, ma'am. Area's under quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
Excuse me? Are you lost?
I have a lot of reading here in a minute. Let me go ahead and open that.
Oh, was there something more on your left?
Nope.
Okay.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to.
Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
Really? Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are. The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
And these samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit, where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need. Here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jessie, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Okay, so I'm guessing then after you do all of this, then you'd be able to go into the mold area.
Yeah. Okay.
The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible.
Have you worked with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it. She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
I feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid. She shouldn't be afraid to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
So is Darling your boss?
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that academia was so different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post in the middle of term, but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot.
Thanks for the information.
My pleasure.
They're all in active threshold, which is not listed. I'm guessing where I am now.
The battery's on the floor and you can't see it?
Maybe.
Are we finished then?
Yes, woman, damn. Ah. Still don't know what this is for. I don't.
Go back to the other room, maybe. Oh, it's right there. Oh, maybe that power.
Well, would you look at that?
Now you can get back up.
Now I can leave.
Well, now I'm glad I pointed this out and you fell all the way down, because I was going to be like, don't do it.
Oh man. Alright, let's go through this so that we're more caught up. Ugh. Alice Wake interview. After reaching out to the Bureau, Alice Wake was brought into the oldest house for an interview in 2017. See file for full transcript. The interview conducted by Agents Shaw and Dempsey revealed that Mrs. Wake has had recurring nightly visitations from her missing ex-husband in her New York apartment. Mr. Wake appears out of nowhere and rushes at her down the corridor. According to her impression, he appears crazy and horrifying, clearly coming at her with violent intent. Mrs. Wake believes that he is haunting her, insisting he is not Alan, but a fucking monster in his body. Mrs. Wake has not been sleeping out of the fear of these visits. Her attempts to keep the lights on through the night result in the relevant hallway's bulb breaking every night, possibly indicating involvement of blank. Further investigation required. We propose installing monitor equipment in the apartment. photo of Alan Wake captured by Alice Wake during an event in their home. Alice Wake, former wife of Alan Wake, has recently been visited at night by her ex-husband or an entity resembling him. Being a professional photographer, Mrs. Wake positioned cameras with motion sensors around the corridor he appears in and managed to capture an image of Mr. Wake on film. During the interview with Mrs. Wake, she mentioned that her favorite camera was lost in 2010 during AWE 35. No match has been found among the confiscated evidence of AWE 35. It has been filed as a potential altered item, and research staff stationed at Bright Falls are being contacted to check if they have any knowledge of such item. So you want to know how my mold research is getting on, Casper? Here it is. Microscopic organisms similar in appearance to something construct the architecture of the mold. I do not understand in these blank are the original. I do not understand if these are the original disseminators of the mold or are bitten by some fungal infection. The mold is the most prolific and durable organism I've ever seen. I theorize there is a mold source located somewhere on our side of the threshold, rooted here to accelerate growth in our dimension. I refer to this yet unknown source as Mold 1. The mold produces an enticing aroma to encourage human consumption of itself. It propagates in the chest cavity and quickly subsumes the entire body, ceasing control of motor functions. This behavior was not observed when I first arrived, which means the mold has adapted to our presence, targeting our biological imperatives as a way to spread. It is a truly ingenious little thing. A full report will be ready soon. Keep your slacks on. Dr. Darling's recently penned essay contains some glaring omissions that I feel I must shine a light on. Firstly, the entire premise of the essay is that the quarry threshold is beneficial to the Bureau, while the mold is actively hostile, to use his words. We cannot determine the worth of these dimensions and their life forms using bureaucratic definitions. Secondly, the mold is much more beneficial than some rock. If the blank is creating the mold were reconfigured in their purpose, the structures they could build would rival the greatest skyscrapers. The mold's resistance to various strains of disease we've attempted to introduce could be derived into something. Yes, admittedly, the application is more difficult than picking up a rock and gluing it to a wall, but I pause to wonder when the Bureau lost its eagerness for a challenge. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation occurred at Cauldron Lake, Washington. The citizens of Bright Falls had gathered in the town's southwest fields for the annual festival known as Deerfest. Eyewitnesses all claimed that the day had been sunny, confirmed by reviews of the area's weather reports, but then, with no warning, a thunderstorm appeared in the direction of the Anderson farm and a tornado rose from Cauldron Lake. The torrential rain that followed caused a flash flood. It was as if the day had turned into night. Frank Breaker, the sheriff of Bright Falls, formerly a Bureau agent, managed to guide the crowd to safety as the festival grounds were destroyed by the flood. The festival was canceled, ending one day early. Lack of official Bureau presence on the scene makes this event difficult to report as a confirmed AWE, though the similarity to other known events in the Bright Falls area lend credence to the accounts of the townspeople. On the day of the flood, the rock band Old Gods of Asgard was rehearsing in the field outside Anderson Farm, the homestead of the band member Odin and Tor Anderson. Both admitted to being in a heavy state of inebriation at the time, having spent days drinking their home-brewed moonshine while celebrating Deerfest. After the townspeople were evacuated from the flooded field, Sheriff Breaker was asked by Freya Anderson, daughter of Tor Anderson, to check on her father and uncle. Breaker drove to the Anderson farm and found the band members alive but in need of medical aid. Tor Anderson had been struck by lightning, and Odin Anderson had cut out his own right eye.
Oh.
A possible reference to Norse deities Thor and Odin.
Yeah.
They claimed they had fought and valiantly defeated a dark army of the Scratching Hag, rising from Cauldron Lake. While impossible to verify, these events are relevant to the recurring AWE at Bright Falls and at the Cauldron and the Cauldron Lake. Odin and Tor Anderson have been listed as persons of interest. Hello, Raya. How's it going down there? Enjoying the mold so far? Settling back into the life at the old FBC? I also wanted to ask you how your coffee with Emily went. She's a star on the rise, incredibly bright and extremely intuitive, but I want to hear from you what you thought of her. I think you two could be very good on a project together, could learn a lot from each other. Let's get together and chat about it soon. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I'm sure you can think of anything besides the mold right now. You always were a woman of focus. I always admired that about you. Casper. Yeah, already did those. Okay. Ooh.
It smells so sweet down here. Maybe I'm really hungry. I wonder how this mold tastes.
Where you're supposed to go after you.
After I do the what?
The research. And she's like, once you do the research, you can go deeper in the thing. I mean, it's okay, I'm just saying.
I'm hungry.
You don't even like mushrooms.
You're right, I don't like mushrooms. Also knowing that me beating the game... Me beating the game is not the end.
Yeah. I think we were gonna do this.
Yeah, they definitely put this in here to give you an alternate way up. Well, I couldn't see into the darkness. I wanted to know what was back there. It was a hole. I made a mess.
Oh, you're gonna do this after?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know where... The problem is the research and then the area it tells me to go doesn't exist on the map.
Okay.
So I don't know where to go for that. Alright. Dimensional research.
pass through. Dimensional research. Every measure of security.